All right, welcome back to Barstool Units, episode 63. I'm Coach Duggs. With me, as always, Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Mets played early today. They just beat the Marlins, so that's good.
They won,
Yeah.
Frank. I everybody was sitting out here listening to you scream the whole game. It sounded like they were losing.
The Mets. There were a lot of men on base, and the Marlins just failed.
Hmm.
But
So it's a close
what
game.
they won 6-0.
Oh, so it was a
Uh,
shutout.
yeah, but
Oh, okay.
but the Mets walked a lot of batters, especially that pitcher in the ninth inning, Yohan Lopez. The first 13 pitches he threw, he only threw two strikes.
Hmm.
And that aggravates me.
Yeah, I'm sure it aggravates him as a player as well.
Well, it looked like it was pissing off Buck Showalter too. So
Yeah.
that's something you don't want to get pissed off.
Yeah. All right. So the Mets are still in first place.
Yep.
They have a what, 5, 6 game lead?
Um, it's 6 game with the Braves playing tonight.
Okay.
Uh, and well, the Braves actually playing some good teams this week, but Mets always play
Are
a team
they?
that's better.
Okay. So just, we're going to recap our trip, but on the road when I was driving, you said the Cubs weren't a good team.
They're not a good team.
Okay. So you said the Braves aren't going to play anybody good for like another 30 days.
Well, they're playing a team that's sort of good in the Giants.
Oh, the Giants aren't good. They're just sort of good.
Sort of good.
Hmm. All right.
Mets are playing a better team though. So
Are they?
yeah.
Well, just strictly based off of record.
And the fact that they've been to the World Series 3 times in the last 4 years and won one, that also counts.
You saw the Marlins?
No, they don't, the Marlins.
Okay.
The Mets' next 2 games are against the Houston Astros.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. It sounded like you were saying the Marlins were the better team.
Nope, the Mets have a pair of 2 game series against the Astros the next week.
Aren't the Braves playing the Giants and the Dodgers?
The Astros are probably better than both teams.
All right, we'll cut the niceties and get straight into it. Um, long road trip.
Long road trip.
Long road trip. It was originally planned for a week. Not even a full week, really. We were just going to drive down from New Jersey through Tennessee, through Virginia, and hit up Birmingham, Alabama for some USFL games. And on the way back, I think on day 5 or 6, we got a call for some content purposes. Frank was needed in Dallas, Texas. Up until that point, it seemed to be a fine road trip. Birmingham was awesome. We got to see the Generals win. We got to see a day game. We didn't get to see the new Legion's Field, or we saw Legion's Field. We didn't get to see the new Protective
Protective Field.
Yeah,
Protective Stadium.
but we had some hot dog places along the way, and got to gamble.
Yeah,
Through.
I got 16 reviews.
That's insane, insane.
And,
And
it's to the point now. I think I have hot dogs coming out of my ears.
yeah, well, you have so many in the bank right now. I think if you put out even 2 a week, you would, you're still probably
Yeah.
good for like 6 months.
I'm hoping to get a second editor.
Yeah. Well, so we hit up some hot dog reviews when we were in Alabama. You get your Grape Pico soda. Got to see some USFL games.
You know what's great about Grape Pico? I brought 4 cases of Grape Pico Diet,
Mm-hmm.
and the people from Grape Pico who also have another soda. What was the soda? It's like Buffalo, something like that.
I'm not sure.
Buffalo ginger ale.
Grape Pico is the name of the grape flavored drink. I believe the company is Sparkling Company or something like that.
Yeah, Buffalo Rock. I think it's Buffalo Rock. Yeah, that's the one who sent me it. Buffalo. The Great Pico. I think they might have the same owners. Sent me some Buffalo Rock ginger ale and 2 additional cases of Great Pico.
So you got Grapico coming out of the years.
Yeah,
It was
I wish.
a good trip for you for hot dogs and grape soda.
Yep, and I like grape soda, and Grape Pico is just second. It's second to none.
Yeah, so Grapico is your number one grape flavored.
And I just tried Grape Bet too recently, and it's actually I got the Grape Bet at the Walmart Museum. It was Sam Walton's favorite soda.
Yeah, in Bentonville, Arkansas. Well, that was on the second part of our trip. That was on the true road home. Before that, so we went to Birmingham, hit up some USFL games. They were great. We got to go on the field during halftime. Got some good video of Frank throwing the ball.
Yep, Nick. We were a good luck charm for Nick Vogel too. Gamblers won their last 2 games.
They did. Yeah, we met up with a good friend of the units for some barbecue in Birmingham, and he had, I believe, the next day he kicked 3 field goals before halftime, including a 50-yarder, and he also had an onside kick recovered. And then so Nick, I hope to see Nick Vogel in the NFL next year. Wouldn't be upset at all if it was with the Jaguars.
I mean, the Gamblers weren't a very good team, but kickers, they're hard to find reliable kickers. So
yeah,
he deserves at least someone to look at him.
Yeah, well, and that's. I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta get a look. Like, just give them a look. But yeah, so we were leaving Birmingham, and we headed to Jacksonville so I could pick up some stuff for my house before I think I'm very close to officially being moved up here. I don't have a few other things in the house, and it's pretty much stuff that I'm going to get rid of. But we went to Atlanta after Jacksonville, checked out the Georgia Aquarium.
Coca-Cola Museum. Great video is going to be coming out later today of the Coke reviews and the tasting room.
Yeah, and so that's the cool thing about the world of Coca-Cola is, I think it was like $20 to get in. But, you go through the history of Coca-Cola and everything, you get a little museum tour. But then at the end, they have stations where you can try out all these different flavors of Coca-Cola products around the world.
I mean, that was just crazy.
Yeah.
I had soda coming out the ears.
Yeah, so it was good. And then we got to go to a Braves game. Obviously, Frank and I are both huge Atlanta Braves fans.
Damn it, fucking Pete.
What?
You went, ugh. The internet went completely for a couple seconds.
No, so Frank and I, obviously, for those who don't know, Frank and I are huge Atlanta Braves fans. And when we were in Atlanta.
Fuck the Braves. Really fuck the Braves. I got accosted by that mascot.
This is a family show. So Blooper, who is a mascot everyone knows and loves, somehow found us in the stands, and came up and had fun, gave everyone high fives and hugs. And, while he was up there, maybe the Braves hit a home run or 2, but, shout out Blooper, a friend of the units. And, I think, Frank, did he not give you a ring?
Yeah, he gave me a ring.
Blooper giving gifts to Frank. I mean, that's true friendship right there.
I just want him to be. I want him to be crying when the Braves lose. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I want him to feel my pain for a change. So
what was I can't remember the final score. They were playing the Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's.
This is a family show, Frank. Family show.
I think some of the minor league teams we saw could probably beat the A's.
Yeah. It's a possibility. But, because the Oakland A's, their whole payroll, or half of their payroll is on the minimum salary?
Yeah, basically they're one of 4 teams that have a lower payroll than and I'm talking about team payroll than Max Scherzer.
Yeah. I mean, there were certain owners that were afraid of Steve Cohen coming into the league, and he's shown it year one, year two. Giving
Yeah,
Max Scherzer $30 million a year. I mean, there are multiple teams whose entire payroll is not
40
what Scherzer
million.
is making. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's a lot of money, Frank. It's a lot of money for a man who is just constantly insulting, different nation states and
The A's spent 20 years playing Moneyball and being fairly competitive. This year they just like decided to play Major League. They traded several good players. The Mets benefited greatly from it with Chris Bassett and Mark Canha and sort of Starling Marte.
yeah. Now, so
Yes,
and
Marte did play for the A's last year, but he only spent the 2.5 months with the A's.
yeah,
The A's were in wild card contention up until September, and Marte was basically a rental.
yeah. Well, so they played, yeah. So the A's are probably going to be moving to Vegas. They have a horrible stadium. I feel bad for the fans, because as a fan, you obviously you want to support your team so that they stay there, but at the same time, you're not. It's not your responsibility to support a team that doesn't want to be there.
And the stadium's crumbling. They're drawing 2,000 fans a game, and Oakland is like literally standing in the way of them even trying to build a new stadium.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but I mean, we've seen it now with St. Louis, San Diego, Oakland. Oakland's next. Well, Oakland's already lost their NFL team. They're going to lose their baseball team. What else do they have left?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't.
They've actually kind of lost their NBA team.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I think people. I don't think many people associate the Warriors with Oakland.
They've always been associated with the Bay Area, but they basically played in Oakland for 50 years.
Mhm.
And now they went from playing alongside of the A's stadium to playing out alongside the Giant stadium, just across the bay. Beautiful area, much nicer arena for a team that's now won 4 NBA championships since 2015. I think they're very worthy of them that they got this new arena.
But it's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, where you want to go? If you're traveling, do you want to go to Oakland or do you want to go to San Francisco? I mean,
I don't really want to go to either because they're in California, right?
Yeah, but at least San Francisco's got some beautiful neighborhoods, got good. They got like Chinatown. They got Nob Hill, which is what is that? The Lombard Street, which is a street I don't ever want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen Lombard Street. It's a street that's just like a giant hill that goes like this.
Yeah. I've seen that.
It's not. I don't think that's a friendly street for units.
Yeah, I think that was in the beginning of the movie The Rock. I think Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Once he escapes, he's driving down that road.
Well, there's a lot of movies they shoot in San Francisco. They actually shoot a lot of car. They actually shoot a lot of car commercials in San Francisco because of how picturesque the city is.
Yeah. Well, Oakland will probably be moving to Vegas, but we got to see Oakland play in Truist Park. What did you think of Truist Park?
Maybe I need to go there again and sit in a better section. But I sat in the 400 section, and there was no ramp. You had to go upstairs. There's a little catwalk, and
through air conditioning units, like with not really any concession stands. And once you're out of your seat, you can't really see any part of the game. It's not really that open.
Yeah. I mein, maybe it's different in the lower section, but the 400 seats was I did not love it. I've been to 10 ballparks now. I would rank it 9 out of the 10 current ballparks I've seen.
Yeah, and that's only because 10 is Tropicana Field, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say we got there a little late in the afternoon for the game, but and we came in the back way, like around the highway. If you were to come in the other way, it's a much different fan experience. They have in the front there, they have the restaurants and the bars and everything, and the entryway. And there's people's apartments are right there.
Yeah, we went over that bridge, over the highway. Maybe
Yeah.
I need to see, but
I
the
don't. That
experience
doesn't.
I got, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah. So that'll help if we were to go the other way. That would help with the fan experience part of it. And you would obviously see a lot more. You would see more better seats. You would see more seats that are better. But as far as the fan experience, we were in 400, and they weren't great seats. They
No, they
weren't great.
weren't.
You got a view of everything.
Yeah, the
You gotta
view of
see
it, the view is good once you're in your seat.
Yeah.
But the accessibility, it leaves something to be desired.
Yeah. So that's fair. That's fair. But we were in Atlanta, and we got a call that you were needed for some content. You were substituting for an individual on a very popular show here
Yep.
at Barstool, and we're not going to turn that down.
No.
And so we made the decision. We're headed to Dallas.
And especially adding to my state ledgers, I saw besides already seeing Tennessee and Alabama for the first time, now it's going to get a chance to see Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas.
Yeah.
Disappointed we didn't get to a Buc-ee's in Texas, but Buc-ee's is everywhere. I imagine Buc-ee's and we went to a Buc-ee's in a couple other places.
Yeah, we've been to Buc-ee's in multiple states, and I'm sure they're the same in Texas. They just happen to be originally from Texas, but yeah, we did that. We were able to go to Dallas, where it was 100, literally over 100 degrees outside.
We stayed at a hotel that was more like a nightclub with a hotel with rooms attached.
Yeah, it was the Virgin Hotels by what was it, Richard Branson?
Richard Branson.
Yeah, it's one of those hotels where I questioned, am I just not fancy, or am I poor? Like I'm not rich enough. It was so eccentric in certain aspects, like the fully red elevator where they didn't even light up the numbers so you could see what number, like the floor you're pressing. It was fully red. The lights, the carpet, everything's red. And so I don't think I have enough money to fully appreciate how weird it is. I think you have to have a certain amount of money where you go, oh, look at this. It's abstract. It's nice.
They had valet parking. I'm not sure I'm a fan of valet parking.
Oh yeah?
Seems a little strange to me.
You don't trust valet workers?
No, I trust them. It just
it's
just weird to me.
What's weird about it?
I don't know. You hand your keys off to somebody, and then they had to you come out and they come running and fetching it. It might be what you're saying. Maybe we're just poor or not used to understanding the fancy living.
Yeah, I guess I'm not as poor as I thought I would be, or as I think I am, because I don't have a problem with valet parking.
Then we had the fourth floor had a pool, which is more of a party area where you sit at the pool and dance instead of like swimming in the pool.
I think most people at this hotel were not staying at the hotel. I think people were coming to the hotel to party, to go to the clubs, to go to the bars.
And on the fourth floor, you got a beautiful view of downtown Dallas.
Yeah,
the Dallas skyline.
So it was fun. Unfortunately, we didn't get to any baseball games in Dallas.
No,
but we got to a museum, and we'll just go and talk about it now. We paid basically $18 to walk around the 6th floor of an old book warehouse.
Yeah.
Is that an accurate statement, Frank?
Yep. Of course, I'll talk about the Texas School Book Depository, where Lee Harvey Oswald allegedly shot and killed President Kennedy.
Yeah.
They have the area cordoned off and preserved of where he aimed out the window of the 6th floor, and they have the area cordoned off with a replica gun. It wasn't a real gun. The
Mm-hmm.
real gun is, I guess, in the archive. It said it's in the National Archive, so I guess they want to have the real gun and like kept in the government, but it was a similar gun to the one that Oswald used. They had Oswald's wedding ring. They had the handcuffs and the suit worn by the police officer escorting Oswald out when he got shot. They had the hat that Jack Ruby was wearing, and they also had the camera that Abraham Zapruder shot the film of the assassination.
Yeah. Now, and we made a video about it, but some people think it was Lyndon B. Johnson. Some people think it was the CIA. Some people think it was the mafia. Possibly a combination of all three. Personally, after paying $20 to walk through a book warehouse and $18 or $12 to park, I would say if you follow the money, you have to take an honest look at the Dallas Chamber of Commerce. Is that,
I'd believe it before I believe the lone gunman theory.
Yeah.
And the magic bullet.
Yeah. So that's again, I'm not pointing any fingers specifically. I'm not naming any names. I'm just saying nowhere else is there a museum in a book warehouse where there's a gift shop and all this other stuff for where where JFK was shot.
You know, when we were in Washington, we actually walked by 48er.
Yeah. And that is also a museum.
Yes, it is. Actually, 48er is not just a museum. It is an active theater that's still used.
Yeah, who owns that?
I think the Smithsonian might own it now.
Last name Booth, maybe?
I don't know who. I think the Ford Museum is actually owned by the government.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense if the government took them out. But yeah, again, not pointing any fingers or anything, but I think if anyone were to immediately dismiss my Chamber of Commerce theory, then I'm looking at them. I'm thinking that they know something that they shouldn't know, or that they don't want anybody else to know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ford Theater is actually now owned by the
as part of the
National Parks Association.
Yeah, it was because they had park rangers. The park rangers were standing outside.
Yep, and they
outside.
They recently renovated, and they now have like concerts and things like that they hold there. Not real big concerts, but they'll have like performances here and there.
Yeah. Well, so Dallas was fun. It was hot. Again, I have to question the Chamber of Commerce. Again, can't prove anything, but I have to question them. We ended up leaving Dallas, went through Oklahoma City, stopped at a Dodgers game, OKC Dodgers. And then we stopped in Cherokee Nation, Oklahoma, where Frank did probably one of the most offensive Mets minutes I've heard. It was supposed to be a week-long road trip, turned into 2 weeks, and we had to do some laundry.
Yes.
We're in a laundromat. The Mets lose. Frank is upset. And, he may, again, I just wish he would have waited about, an hour or two to make the video. But we're basically in Cherokee Nation, and Frank is yelling about how mad he is about the damn Braves.
Well, they played the Pirates, and the Pirates basically didn't even try to win the game.
Yeah. But you did your Mets minute in the laundromat. You scared some children, But we stopped in Bentonville, Arkansas, did the Walmart tour. What do you think about the Walmart Museum?
Yeah, it was more like the Sam Walton Museum. mean, they had a lot.
He is the guy that started Walmart.
Yeah, so it was a lot of it was dedicated to Sam Walton.
Mhm.
You could actually buy his favorite soda there, Great Bet,
Yeah.
which I did, and I've tried that one.
Yep. And so then that review will be coming out in October of 2024.
It was released yesterday.
Oh, you already released it.
Yeah.
Are your soda? You don't have soda reviews in the bank like you do the hot dog reviews?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. I thought you had a lot more soda reviews in the bank.
No, I tried it. I do them like a week at a time sometimes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Barstool office. It was okay. So we went through Oklahoma City, went through Bentonville, Arkansas.
Don't forget the hot dog place that will be coming out. The soda and hot dog place is like a temple, a pyramid of sodas.
Yeah. Through it, I can't remember what it was, but it was in Oklahoma. I can't remember the name of it.
Pops.
Pops was the name of the restaurant.
Arcadia,
Oklahoma. Yeah, Arcadia, Oklahoma.
Route 66.
Like 600 different soda options, something like that.
Yep.
That's part of the benefit of road tripping. You know, you get to stop in places like that you wouldn't be able to if you were flying. So we found that. Went through Bentonville, Arkansas, did the Walmart trip, and then we had one more day. So we went to see a Columbus Clippers game.
Yep.
Columbus Clippers, and after the game, we went downstairs into the clubhouse and talked to some of the players, met some of the players, all real cool guys.
And we also saw the Lousiville Slugger Museum. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, it was a long 2 weeks, Frank. It's a long 2 weeks. I'm forgetting about half the stuff now. Yeah, the Lousiville Slugger Museum. We went to the Bat Vault. They gave us James and I believe Travis gives a little private tour. You got your own personalized bat. So now we both have personalized bats from the Louisville Slugger Museum.
Yeah, bat, nice red bat.
You hopped in the into the batting cage. You got Mincy all nervous. Yeah, it's a bit, man. It was a long 2 weeks, Frank. A long 2 weeks. But and then
racked up a lot of miles.
Yep, got a lot of miles. But
I'm now down to 14 states that I haven't been to.
Yeah, well, we went through Ohio. So we did the Columbus Clippers game, and then ended with Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs the last night. And then they're only about 90 minutes away. So once we saw the Iron Pigs, we drove the rest. I think it was. I want to say it was 15 days. Is that right?
15 days.
Yeah. So it's a long time to be on the road. I don't know if I'll do another one. It'll probably take me a while to calm down. To really.
It was a fun experience. It went a little longer than we expected, longer than we probably wanted it to go.
Yeah.
But it was good. Good while it lasted, and would be fun to do it again. Wouldn't want to do it again as long, and need to recover for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think a week-long road trip is probably the right amount of time. Now we were going to talk about a few things. I'll go ahead and say it. So the first thing we were going to talk about was that these are topics of discussion that came up in the car. The two that I remember very clearly were the NLCS being more important than the World Series, according to Frank.
I'm not saying it's more important. I'm saying it hurts more to lose in the NLCS than to lose in the World Series.
Okay, so we had that, and we're going to talk about time zones. So yes. let's hit up the NLCS. Because I want to make sure that I'm not stating your argument differently or putting words in your mouth or anything. Say again what you were saying about. I just want to clarify. The NLCS, it hurts more, is what you're saying. And correct me if I'm reading it wrong. You're saying that it's more disappointing, or it hurts more to lose the NLCS than it does the World Series.
Yes, If you lose the World Series, at least you have the World Series to hang on. You were on that you went to the World Series. That's something to hang on. If you lose the NLCS, it's like you're one step away from maybe something great.
Well, and so I'm glad you added that last part there, because when you're talking about that one step away was the World Series.
Yeah, you're on the stage. You're on the.
So if you're disappointed that you didn't get that step, doesn't that mean that getting that step would be more pleasurable? That you would get more out of that step?
Well, you have to get to the World Series to win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
And to lose the NLCS is just it just hurts more.
But okay, so if it hurts more to lose in the NLCS, doesn't that mean, in order for it to hurt more, that means that it would have to be valued more?
It's not that it's valued more, but it's just that winning a pennant. The Mets have 5 flags flying in the Coca-Cola corner.
Mm-hmm.
They have two. They have on one foul pole. They have 1969, 1986 world champions, and they have another pole that has 1973, 2000, 2015 National League champions.
Mm-hmm.
So, just those things. If you teams give out rings for National League champions.
Yeah, but you could get that if you go to the World Series.
Yes.
Yeah. So would you trade any of those NLCS pennants for a World Series pennant? For a World Series championship?
Well, you have to win those first before you win the World Series.
Yes. And so, but what I'm saying is your argument is that it hurts more to lose the NLCS than it does to lose the World Series.
Yes.
So doesn't that mean that the NLCS has to be worth more?
No, it's not.
How can it hurt more if it's not valued as much?
Because if you win the NLCS, you actually win something.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you win something, which is the pennant, the NLCS pennant, the national pennant.
Yes. There's even a National League. There's even a National League trophy.
And so you're valuing that. Getting that is more valuable than getting the World Series.
No, it's not. It's just that if you lose in the NLCS, you get nothing. If you win the NLCS but lose the World Series, you get something.
So would you rather? You would rather win the NLCS and lose the World Series. That's what you're telling me?
Yes.
Than win the World Series.
No.
Help me
Losing the NLCS is painful. You don't get to the World Series. You get nothing.
But you're saying it's more painful than losing the World Series.
The most painful losses I've had as a Met fan were the 88 NLCS,
mm-hmm.
the 99 NLCS, mm-hmm. and especially the 2006 NLCS.
So you're saying those are the most painful games you remember?
Yes.
I don't know how to, because I feel like everything I'm saying is making sense, but you're disagreeing with me. You're okay. Why are you?
All right, Doug. How about I put it like this?
The World Series. You are less upset about losing the World Series than you are losing the NLCS.
Because you made it to the World Series.
Again, yes, perfect. Yes. So let's go with that. You've made it to the World Series. You have accomplished more you are only one step away from being world champions,
Yes.
and you lose it.
Yes. That's
So
better than being 2 steps away. Where you look at the 88 NLCS, and the Dodgers were just a team that just caught lightning in a bottle. The Mets made some poor managerial choices. Greg Jeffries was pissing everyone off as his bats were getting pissed on. And you look and you say, damn it, the Mets could have beat the A's too. You look at 2000, the 1999. Well, maybe not so much 1999, but 2006. You look at the Tigers, and I know the Mets could have beat the Tigers in the World Series.
But you don't know for sure.
You only know for sure if you get to play it.
Yeah, exactly. And if you lose the NLCS, you don't even get to play it.
Yeah, and that's why losing in the NLCS is more painful.
Losing the NLCS is more painful because you don't get to play in the World Series.
Yes.
But losing the World Series is not as painful because at least you made it.
Yes.
That makes no sense, Frank. You're in the World
Yes,
Series.
it does.
You're in the World Series. Why would you not want to win the World Series?
I do want to win the World Series, but
I'm saying the level you're one step away from winning the World Championship. I don't see how the level of excitement cannot be more. I don't see how you can want to win more. And
I do want to win more.
No, I'm saying the desire to win more should be more than the desire not to lose the NLCS. The game is
win the NLCS to get the World Series. And being part of the World Series means something.
But does it though? Because
being the NLCS means squat.
No, but it seems like what you're saying, and again, I want to clarify. I want you to tell me whether I'm saying this correctly. It seems like what you're saying is that once you win the NLCS and you're in the World Series, it kind of really, obviously winning the World Series would be nice, but it doesn't mean as much because you've already won the NLCS, and that's what's really important.
You have to win the NLCS to win the World Series. Mm-hmm. But there is something about being there. I mean, think about this. How do you think Cincinnati Bengal fans feel right now? After 30 years of not winning a playoff game, they went to the Super Bowl. It might hurt like the first few weeks. But you know what? They look back and, that was a pretty special run.
Yeah. Do you think Cincinnati Bengals fans would be more upset about losing in the NFC Championship game than losing in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I think getting to the Super Bowl, actually having a shot and losing, especially if you were up early, I think that would be much more devastating than not even making it. Buffalo Bills. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills. They went.
Well, that's a different animal. They went
to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and they got.
You know what?
They got not out of it. Are you telling me it would have hurt? Are you telling me it would have hurt Buffalo Bills fans more if they went to the NFC Championship game 4 years in a row?
That team is now fondly remembered, and let's think about it this way. I got a comparison. The Philadelphia Eagles lost 3 straight NFC Championship games. Mm-hmm. Does anyone talk about that?
I'm sure people in Philadelphia do.
Are you
saying that they would be? Are you saying that those fans are more upset because they lost 3 NFC Championship games than they would be if they went to the Super Bowl and lost 3 Super Bowls.
The Dallas Cowboys lost.
Crazy, Frank. That's crazy.
The Dallas Cowboys once lost 3 straight NFC Championship games. Does anyone remember that?
Who cares about what they remember? Frank, we're talking about what games are more important.
But you got to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then you lost it. And then you lost it. So
you know what? We need to clip this and put it to a vote.
This is too long of a clip. We will do a simple poll. We can reference this. I don't want to put anybody through this anguish that I just went through, Frank. But we'll keep this in. We'll clip it. Okay, so that was one. We're obviously not. We're at an impasse. We're not going to get anywhere with that. We're like Kyrie Irving and the Nets.
Yep, and the Nets are going to be going to lose 65 games next year
if they're lucky. Okay, so that was the conversation 1. Conversation 2, time zones.
Yes,
and we told each other we wouldn't look up any information,
and I haven't.
Okay, good. Me neither. So, Frank, I'll let you start this one off. What is your problem with time zones? Why do you hate time?
They zigzag. It fucked up my watch. They zigzag. They're random. I say that the time zones.
Are they random?
Yes.
Okay.
To me, the time zones, every state should have only one time zone. So you could make the time zone border certain states. All of Florida should be in the Atlantic time, the Eastern time zone. There should be that Panhandle part. It's ridiculous. All of Tennessee should be in the Central time zone. All of Kentucky Central. All of Indiana Central. And you just cut the line like this.
Well, when you do this, why not a straight line? Because for state outlines.
Just state outlines.
Okay, so when you were saying it was random to begin with,
yeah,
you're okay with randomness as long as it's along the state outlines.
Yes.
Okay.
So each state has only one time zone. You know, the most ridiculous time zone to me is Idaho. The northern part of Idaho is in the Pacific time zone, while the eastern part of Oregon is in the Mountain time zone. You could drive, if you're driving from Coeur d'Alene down to Boise, you're going to be, and it's straight south. You're not going maybe a little bit west, a little bit east. You're going north, south, and the time zone changes. Idaho should all be in the Mountain time zone.
Okay.
Oregon should all be in the Pacific time zone.
Now, when you earlier you said it was random. Does it just look random, or do you know that it's random?
It looks random. I didn't look up why the time zones are in that ridiculous.
So that's what I'm saying. Shape. So we can't assume. I would hope that we can't assume that it was just somebody looking at a map and drawing dots on a map and then saying, well, this will be in this one, this will be in that one. There was most likely, and I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt, there was most likely some method to how they drew the maps. Would you at least give me that? They probably didn't throw darts.
And those reasons that probably existed 150 years ago when they set these time zones probably don't exist anymore.
Okay, so we've gotten past the random part. I'm glad we can move past that. You think the entire state of Florida, including the Panhandle, should be all one time zone?
Yes.
Okay, what is the distance between Jacksonville, Florida, and Pensacola?
Jacksonville to Pensacola.
Mm-hmm.
361 miles.
Mm-hmm. So it's like
Yes.
7 hours, something like that.
Yes.
Maybe 8.
5 hours 17 minutes according to this.
Okay, so that's a 5 hour, and that's Pensacola. I think you can go a little bit further. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit more to it. I don't think Pensacola's the very end. It might be.
No, it's near the end.
Yeah, there's Florida. I'm picturing Floribama.
All right, now here's this. Look straight north.
Frank, I'm talking to you. I'm not looking at a map right now.
All right.
But so Jacksonville to Pensacola is over a 5 hour drive.
Yes.
And you think they should be on the same time zone?
Yes.
So even though it's a 5 hour drive, and I mean, when does the sun rise in Pensacola?
I don't know.
Let's say the sun rises in Jacksonville. How many hours later does it rise in Pensacola?
Maybe about 40 minutes.
Really? Just 40 minutes?
Yep.
5 hours is about 40 minutes of sunrise?
Yep.
All right, let's just go with an hour. How does that make sense?
Well, Doug's.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a line straight north from Pensacola.
And this, I'm glad you mentioned this. See, you're looking at a map, and you're saying straight north, straight north, straight north. When we're talking about a globe, the time zones were not split up on a map, were they? Is it 24? Is it 24 equal parts of a map, or is it 24 equal parts on a globe?
It's a globe.
Okay, and so we know that once you turn the map into a globe,
I don't know how much it changes though.
The north. Well, that's what I'm saying. So making the assumption that it's random and that if it goes north-south, it must be wrong or something's wrong with it. And saying that, I mean, Tennessee, I mean, if we look at the panhandle of Florida or we look at all of Tennessee, you could wind up with half the people in Tennessee that are on the Tennessee border of other states. All of Western Tennessee would be on a different time zone than all the states bordering it.
No. I said Tennessee should go central.
Okay, so how much of East Tennessee? So East Tennessee. So if you live in Eastern Tennessee, you're going to be on the Eastern time, or you're going to be on Central Time Zone, but everyone around you is going to be on the Eastern Time Zone.
Well, the only states that will be on the Eastern Time Zone would be North Carolina and Virginia, which are east, and Georgia.
And so Tennessee is going to be Eastern Time Zone?
Central. Yes.
All right.
Here's one for you, but this is what I was getting at. Michigan's in the Eastern Time Zone, and it's basically north of Pensacola.
We just went over this. We literally just talked about this. You're looking at a map.
Yes. And all of Indiana should be in the central.
It was like 30 seconds ago.
I mean,
it wasn't even a minute ago, Frank.
This is another thing we have to do a poll for then. What is more logical?
The globe? We have to do a poll for that?
No, what is more logical? Making the time zones by state, or having some states have like 2 time zones?
Well, no. That's not an equal comparison. That is
my only argument, though.
No, so should they be done by state, or how do they do it by now?
To me, it looks random.
All right, how about this?
Parts of Indiana and are in the central. Kentucky and Tennessee are like half and half.
Could
we
it?
got
Could it?
the western edge of Texas is in the mountain time zone, along
Is
with
there?
parts of the Dakotas and Nebraska. We got part
Is
of Oregon in the mountain time zone, while the rest is in the Pacific time zone. I don't understand what that's about. We got the northern the part of Idaho, which is kind of like a peninsula, like the panhandle of Idaho. That's in the Pacific time zone, while south of it is in the mountain time zone. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
is it possible that maybe, possibly, the people that put the time zones on the map were using some form of method that made
I don't know,
sense?
but it looks like they were drunk.
All right. Well, we'll end this. Well, there were a lot more conversations that went even further than this, and I'm thankful they didn't. I can't do this right now. We'll have to do a. Yeah, I don't know, Frank. You might just need your own show where like Tank's thoughts or something where you just say, hey, this doesn't make
Where I'm
sense to
allowed
me.
to be where I'm allowed to be frank.
Yeah, you might need. Yeah, we're just like you say, hey, this doesn't make sense, and then we have I don't know people who are educated on a topic come in and tell you like, hey, this is why it's this way, and then after an hour of explanation, after an hour of explaining to you, you just go, well, that's dumb, and then it just cuts off. It just cuts off.
The
Uh,
time zones are dumb. They need to be done by state.
no, that's we'll have two questions here this week. We'll put out the polls. That's Barstool Units. I'm Coach Tuggs. With me, as always, Frank the Tank Fleming. Frank, we're not in a car right now, so I don't need to turn the wheel into a concrete barrier, but please take us out.
On the road again. Gee, I
Never.
can't wait to get on the road again. See new places, going all everywhere, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, looking down and listening to the same music, watching the Mets and going nuts as we go driving down the highway and getting cut off. On the road again. Gee, I can't wait to get on the road again. Doug's. You can't wait to get on the road again. Click
Nope.
like, subscribe.